Hey guys, I have a neat little lapidary trick here that I just discovered, and I figured I'd make a video about it because I think it's really cool. So I have a flat lap, as you can see, and I do most of my lapidary work using these diamond plates, like these, which are great for moving large amounts of material. But I find when you get, especially when you're using these flat laps, when you get to the finer grits, the higher grit numbers, they it's harder to polish with these types of flat diamond plates, and also those finer grit plates wear out very quickly. I wanted to find some sort of softer plate, like a Nova wheel, for these flat laps. That would, because when you're doing cabs, especially when you get to the higher grit numbers, to do finer polishes, the soft rubber Nova wheels sort of contour around the stone and polish it better. With these flat diamond wheels with the higher grits, they leave flat marks and flat spots, and you just can't get an even polish on a round cabochon. Plus, I find the higher grit diamond wheels they get dull very quickly, and they're expensive. So I wanted to find some sort of solution that I could, an alternative when I got to the higher grits. So this is the solution that I've come up with. This is EVA foam. You could buy it on Amazon. It's basically craft foam. There's a few different names for it. It comes in different thicknesses. The one I have here is 2 millimeters. It's very soft. It's basically foam, and I have a piece of acrylic that I'm using as a back plate. But I guess you could use anything. You could use wood, really whatever, just something sturdy. So what I do is I just put a little bit of glue, rubber cement. You just need a little bit onto the plate just to hold the foam in place. And then you lay the foam down on your back plate. And this foam is super cheap. You can get giant pieces of it for like a couple dollars. It cuts super easy. You could use scissors if you don't. I use the laser cutter, but if you don't have a laser cutter, you could really use scissors. And what I do is I ordered a box of this. It's silicon carbide powder. It comes in a variety pack. Everything from, I think it starts at 100 grit and it goes up to 5,000, I think. What I found is that, here, let me show you. You just sprinkle a little bit of this onto the foam. Just rub it in really good. And the pores of the foam are the perfect size to sort of capture the grit of the silicon carbide powder. It captures it perfectly and keeps it from sliding off or moving. The thing is that this only works with 400 grit and higher. The pores inside the EVA foam are too big, so anything above 400 grit seems to slide off the wheel. So it only works for the finer grit, which is fine because I feel that the lower grit diamond wheels are fine for rough shaping. It's only for getting to the polishing that I want something soft. And the Nova wheels are super expensive. I think they're like $60 each. So to get all the grits, you're talking about a few $100s. And something like this, really, like, it's really, once you have the assortment of silicon carbide powders, this is basically free. And let me just show you how well they work. So you just rub it in there. And then to keep, where's my water? Let me find my water. So then to keep the dust down and to keep it cool, I'm just going to spray some water on here. And And let me show you guys how this works. So here, I'll use this. It's a piece of metal, just a domed piece of metal. If you could see how dull it is. I'm gonna turn the wheel on. Hopefully I could focus on that to show you how well it polished that one spot on the corner there. See how shiny it is compared to the dull side? This works really well, and it's basically free. Let me see if I can focus in here. Let me wipe it off. Let's see how shiny it is now. This works so well. So yeah, so for practically nothing, you can have an entire assortment of Nova wheels. This stuff is super soft. It's really nice. You know, with flat wheels, it just doesn't polish evenly. You need something that contours around the stone when you're getting a really high polish. So anyway, this works really well, and you can get, let me see if I can find the brand name of this. I got it on Amazon. It's called, this is it. I don't know if you can see that, if you can focus in there, but it's called Grit-O-Matic, Grit-O-Matic.com. They sell a box and assortment of every grit you can use. So like I said, 400 grit and higher, up to 5,000. This works perfectly. The bigger grit sizes that are under 400 grit, it doesn't seem to work. The pores of the EVA foam hold onto the grit really well, so it works, but it has to be 400 and above, which is perfect. So what I'm using now are diamond wheels up to 400 grit, and then anything above 400 grit, I'm using this, and it's amazing. So I think basically with like one sheet of EVA foam, which is like a few dollars, you could cut like 20 of these wheels. I take a marker and I write on the back of the foam, I'll write 400 grit or 800 grit or 2000 grit or whatever my grit is. I write it in marker on the back of the foam, and I have an entire assortment of Nova wheels basically. To me, I haven't seen any difference. These basically function like Nova wheels, and it's great. Alright guys, this is, again, I'm using silicon carbide, which I find is just as good as diamond for almost everything. But if you wanted to use diamond powder instead, I see no reason why diamond powder wouldn't work with this method. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. And please, if you like this, if you got anything from it, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and your subscription would really help. All right, guys, take care.